If there's one thing I love doing for people close to me, it's cooking for them, especially on special occasions like their birthdays. Today, I'll be making this simple birthday dinner. On the menu today, we have some potato wedges, some juicy chicken thighs, and coleslaw. Hello, home chefs. Welcome back to the channel. We are starting off with our chicken thighs because they need a longer time to marinate. And for that, we will start by washing our thighs. And when they are thoroughly washed, we will make incisions in them so that the marinade can get into all the meat. Once that is done, we're going to go ahead and make our marinade. For that, we will need some oil in a bowl, and to this I'm going to add the following spices: black pepper, garlic powder, ginger, garam masala, paprika, and later on some curry powder. You want to add the spices according to your taste, but I will have a specific measurement of what I used in the description box below. Once that is done, we are going to start whisking it together. Then we'll add our salt and finish off with some garlic that is crushed and some lemon. I do both garlic powder and crushed garlic because the two types of garlic do give two different flavors to the chicken. Once your marinade is done, we are going to pour it into the bowl, and I'm using my clean hands here. We're going to ensure that every single surface of your chicken thighs is covered in the marinade. Once this is done, we're going to cover this and let it sit for about an hour to overnight if possible. And once your marination is done, we're going to line our roasting pan with an aluminium foil, and then we will place our chicken thighs into the baking tray or roasting pan, depending on what you're going to use. We're going to bake this for about 30 minutes. We're then going to cover our baking tray or roasting pan with aluminium foil. This will ensure that there's still moisture in the thighs in the duration that it's going to cook in the oven. As we wait for our chicken to bake, we're going to start working on our potato wedges or chunky fries, depending on how you want to call them. And so to achieve the wedge shape, this is how I normally cut my potatoes. I want to end up with 3 pieces on each side for a medium-sized potato. It's easy to work with the medium-sized potatoes, but considering you can't really pick and choose what potatoes to use most of the time, in case you get the bigger potatoes, you can still do the same wedges. You just end up with more pieces in one potato. Once you're all done cutting your potatoes into wedges, we're going to boil them. And how you know that they're done is when your knife, when you pierce one with your knife, it holds its shape like that. You don't want them all mushy, so keep checking from around 10 minutes. Then in your pan, we are going to add our oil, and then we will fry up our potato wedges. This ensures that they're crunchy on the outside and very moist on the inside. And just like that, our potato wedges are done. There is a seasoning or a spice that I normally love to use on both my fries and my wedges, and I normally pre-mix it into a shaker, and I'll dust all my wedges when they are hot with this mixture. It's just some paprika, garlic powder, onion powder, and salt. The ratios depend on what you like more. I end up using 2 teaspoons of paprika, 1 teaspoon of onion powder, and 1 teaspoon of garlic powder, and salt to taste. Once you try your wedges like this, with a bit of rosemary sprinkled on top, like you'll see me doing in a few minutes, you will never go back to anything else. Look at how amazing those potato wedges look like. If you also would want to try out my fries recipe, I'll link it down in the description below. Now that our potato wedges are done, let us make some coleslaw. It's so simple, right? We're going to have our shredded cabbage, some grated carrots, and our sliced onions. This is my homemade mayonnaise. I will link the video in the description below, and all you want to do is add all your ingredients into a bowl and toss them together. Also, if you are not able to make your mayonnaise at home, you can just use any store-bought mayonnaise. I almost forgot to let you guys know that I always sprinkle some salt on my cabbage and my onion and rub them in the salt for a few minutes. This helps to make sure that most of the water is drawn out of them before I put them in my coleslaw. Then I will just add some lemon and salt to taste. Kindly do this just a few minutes before serving your meal. Once 30 minutes are up, you want to take your thighs out of the foil, and then we're going to cook them for a few more minutes, about 10 more minutes, until they are a bit crisp and golden and all the juice has evaporated. Then we can now glaze it, and for my glaze I like to use some Worcestershire sauce, some soy sauce, some brown sugar, and then black pepper, garlic powder, and paprika. You can also add some chili. I just don't like chili, but you can add chili. You will then whisk this together, and then we will add glaze on top of the thighs, and we're going to return this into the oven for another 10 minutes until the thighs are fully coated in this glaze, and you'll keep turning them from time to time. Once your 10 minutes are done, this is how juicy, sticky, nice your chicken thighs will be looking once they're out of the oven. Let me know in the comment section if this is something you are willing to try out. And it's so easy. You can easily do this as a simple dinner recipe at home. Thank you so much for all the love and support that you have been showing me. For all the new subscribers, thank you for subscribing. For all the returning subscribers, thank you for always making this place your home. Now to plate this amazing dinner, I'm going to just bake one of the chicken thighs and then add some of the coleslaw to my plate and then the wedges, and just like that, dinner is served. Let's just say the birthday girl really enjoyed herself, and I was really happy that I was able to make her day with this amazing dinner. We also had some cake. I'll show you at the end because I'll also bake for everyone for their birthdays. Now, tell me I'm not the only one who always uses my hands to be able to eat my chicken. I feel like, yes, I can do a fork and knife, but they do not give this justice. Thank you for watching the video to the very end. If this is something you're going to try out, I am hoping that you will enjoy it the same way that we did. And as always, enjoy. Bye.